come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What If, the testing grounds for Cities Skylines. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. Well, today we'll be loading 4 games simultaneously to test out the loading screen mod and see how much time it will save us. Now, you may or may not have seen this week's mod spot. If you don't know the loading screen mod, that's definitely one to watch. And you may have wondered, how much time will this actually save me? Is this really worth having? So, 4 games loading simultaneously, no cheats here, this is no magicry, no camera trickery, this is genuine. On the left hand side you have got 2 games loading using the loading screen mod, and on the right hand side 2 games loading vanilla. At the top of the screen you've got 2 games loading just the plain game, no DLC, no custom assets, just the vanilla game, and at the bottom we've got all of the DLC -1, but I'll talk more about that as the show goes on. So 4 things to watch simultaneously. Now, it's no surprise that the top left hand corner, that one there, loading screen, using the loading screen mod and no DLC will load faster. No DLC means less things to load up, and loading screen mod means loading things faster. And this is how it compares left to right. So let's see how much quicker the top left will load than the top right. I'll tell you now, it's about, no, spoiler alert, about to finish loading. There we go, 1 minute 19 seconds. Now it's with the loading screen mod, no custom assets and no DLCs. That's pretty fast. Admittedly, I do have a reasonable system. I have an i7 with 32 gigs of RAM, although the RAM won't come into it here because it's irrelevant. We're hardly using any. Not on that top one. Oh no. Now, the next to finish loading, you would expect it to be the top right, wouldn't you? You would be wrong. The next one to finish loading will be the bottom left, the loading screen mod with all of the DLC, which will load faster than no DLC without the loading screen mod. And about now, there we are, 1 minute 59, just under 2 minutes is how long it took me to load up Cities Skylines completely using the loading screen mod with all of the DLC -1. I suppose I should talk about the -1, shouldn't I? So when I say all of the DLC, I'm talking about all of the DLC with mechanics, such as well, I'm excluding all the radio stations and all the content creator packs, such as European Suburbia, that kind of thing. But all the DLC -1 will be the Pearls from the East, After Dark, Mass Transit, Snowfall, Natural Disasters, Park Life, Industries and Campus. So all of the assets and all of the mechanics from all of those loaded in under 2 minutes. The only one that I don't really have a desire for it. I will end up getting it, I know, but I don't have a desire for it. It's Green Cities. I don't know. It's just didn't look and feel right to me, but I probably will get it anyway because you're completionists and all that. So we are still waiting for the non-loading screen, no DLC, to finish loading. This is a vanilla load. If you don't have the loading screen mod and you're loading up the game for the first time, or on my computer anyway, you'd still be waiting for that to finish loading. Now I will tell you, we are nearly there. We are very nearly there. Let's look at our clocks for a few moments. And boom, there we go. 3 minutes 39 seconds. So the difference between using the loading screen and not using the loading screen is, let me see, 2 minutes 20 seconds exactly. 2 minutes 20 seconds of your life sat there watching the old chirper go round and round and round, very slowly, round and round and round, and watching a blue bar shifting up. Now that's with no DLC and no custom assets if you've got custom assets. And this is the thing, if you're playing a modded game, if you have, say, 1,000 custom assets, random figure, you're going to have to wait for all of them to load in as well. And would you know, it will be faster with the loading screen mod. Yeah, if you're sat there for half an hour waiting for your game to load, you don't need to be. You don't need to. Now, loading screen mod has a lot more benefits to it than just waiting for the, speeding up your loading times. such as broken mods and assets, broken assets, specifically broken assets, or missing assets. If you have custom content off of the workshop, sometimes you might have unsubscribed to something. Sometimes creator takes something down off of the workshop and you don't know about it. How would you know about it? Unless you're using a key building and suddenly the building isn't there. Or if you've done a huge city build and there's suddenly a gap in the middle of the city and you go, what was that? I don't know, I can't remember. I put it down a month ago. I don't remember what I put there. Well, the loading screen mod does produce a report. I've got plenty of time to talk about this, by the way. I have plenty of time to talk about this. You have no clue. So the loading screen mod will produce you a report. It will drop it onto your hard drive in the form of a web page with clickable links to the workshop. So if you're missing any assets from your city, you can just go and do that. And of course, if you are building your very own map, and bear in mind this is a map review show. Oh, sirens going past my window. How exciting for somebody. I do hope it's not too exciting for somebody. Yes, if you're building your own map, then what you can do is you can use the loading screen mod to load it up in game, and it will produce you a list of everything that is required for your map with all the links. How easy can life get? Still waiting for the loading screen mod with all the DLC minus Green Cities to load up. Ooh. Now, if you want an explanation as to why it takes so much longer without the loading screen mod, that is covered in ModSpot, and I will link this at the end of today's show. It's only a 10-minute show. It'll tell you everything you need to know about how the loading screen mod kind of works and where to find all these reports I keep referring to. Indeed. Right, we are nearly there. Finally, we'll be able to play our game with all the DLC without the loading screen mod. How much longer did it take? Look at that. Almost 5 minutes. 4 seconds short of 5 minutes longer than with the loading screen mod. So if you're in any doubts at all as to whether the loading screen mod will benefit you, as you can see, it doesn't affect your gameplay. It's not a modded game. What you've got now is just a plain vanilla game, ordinary game, or a modded game if you want that modded game. It doesn't affect your gameplay, it just affects the amount of time you spend sitting down and waiting. Plus, it cuts down the amount of RAM on your system, meaning that you can load more custom assets, more of those beautiful babies, into your game. Right, so anyways, I think that basically covers that. I think we've sold up the benefits of the loading screen mod without any question at all. Well, thank you very much for watching, for commenting, for liking, and for subscribing. Join me Monday to Saturday for What Map, where we try and find you the best map for your next city build. We also do all sorts of other stuff all of the time. So much Cities Skylines on this channel, you just won't be able to keep up. Thanks for watching. I've been BonBonB, and you've been very, very welcome.